Welcome back into Talking Fitchburg. Join me today. This is the segment, folks. This is the one you've been waiting for. It's the one I've been waiting for. It's Tiffany Schultz, Better Business Bureau. Tiffany, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here on a drum roll. How to shop Black Friday sales. That's right. If there was music right now, it would kick in, and we would say, Tiffany, your previous life, you did a lot of work with retail, so maybe you dread this day, but you also know great tips as well. Also, we really want to protect you in this because there's so many moving parts with Black Friday, although it seems like Black Friday's turned into like every day of the year. I love the middle of like June. We got Black Friday coming. I'm like, what? Dude, you're overusing it. But either way, it's a busy day, right?
Black Friday may be a little bit different this year than you've seen in years past. We've seen those deals always coming earlier and earlier on Black Friday. Remember the days when retail opened at 4 a.m.? I think there was even a 3 a.m. open. Well, now you're not only getting the deals that early, you can get them online, but you can get them starting in early November, which is just crazy. So the retailers want you to buy the hot items and the items you need and the items that you don't need. So they're making them readily available. It might be a little bit more difficult to get some items this year because of the microchip shortage, but we have a whole list of some great tips as you make your plan and head out shopping.
All right. Well, if you are brave enough to take this journey with us, the first one is safety protocols with mask guidelines. We know Dane County just extended theirs through the end of November, so Public Health of Madison Dane County extended that in mask order. But overall, how can we stay safe?
Well, if you are out shopping, you're going to want to take a mask with you, especially in Dane County. You're going to need it. Follow all of those CDC guidelines, anything that's recommended by public health. There's going to be a lot of people out there shopping that day, so it's best to stay safe. Not only public health wise, but also if you're out in the evening hours, maybe the really early morning hours before the sun comes up, know your surroundings, know where you're parking. Parking in a lit parking lot, not a dark parking lot where maybe the lights have gone out, and always shop with a buddy.
Absolutely. Making the most of the deals, which I think this is the hardest part, the fun part, and everything else in between. But how do you approach that? And this year again might be a little unique to the past, but how do you navigate that?
Make a list of the deals and who has what. Multiple stores may have the same thing. Maybe the price is a little bit different, but know who has what before you go. And quantities may be limited too. So you may get to store A and that product could be gone where you have to go to store B to go get it. Some retailers will have early operating hours just for those doorbuster deals. So really put everything in place, what you're going to get, where you're going to go and get it, so you can be efficient while you're out shopping and you can grab those deals that you want.
I like here you say set a budget. I don't know that that's tough. Like, how do you say, well, I know the regular retail price, so I'm going to get it here, but when you're budgeting for these things, how do you approach that?
Set a budget and stick to it. Are you out shopping for yourself or are you out gift shopping? Two different things. If you're out shopping for others, you probably have a bigger budget or maybe a more set budget. If you're out there for yourself, don't just pick something up because it looks cheap and it's a really good price. If you don't need it, really think about, do I really need it? Do I really need to spend the money on this? So, that's so important to think about. Am I shopping for myself or am I shopping for somebody I'm going to give a gift to? So many consumers out there shop Black Friday for themselves, more so than gift-giving reasons.
Well, it's hard not to. I mean, I feel like I have to defend everybody like me who's doing that. But yeah, you gotta definitely set some limits on either side of that. Reading the fine print, I think this is the next toughest part of doing this. You already said that the quantities may be limited, but what are other things we need to watch out for in that fine print?
Warranty information. Is the warranty covered by the manufacturer or is it covered by the store? What's the return policy on that? How many days do you have to return it? Is the price available all the time? Is it available during certain hours only? Is there a rebate that you have to send in? All of that fine print will be there for you to read. And, nobody likes reading 6-point font, but it's so important. And then some items are excluded on deals too. So let's say the store is a certain percentage off, but it excludes all of these brands. You're going to want to know that before you go.
Yeah, and I think another one that's, and I was telling you before we started this today that I try to check the ads out early. I want to get an early start. I'm also curious about how the things are going to go this year, given the shortages on some of our favorite items we're looking for. But you definitely see a lot of them say that you can get it online or in store, but there is fine print to those. Seriously, they are very deceptive.
There's fine print, and it might be a certain price online, maybe a little bit cheaper, but then you have to pay for shipping, which makes it more expensive to get to your home. Are you going to ship the store? So a lot of those things can be ironed out if you just read that fine print.
Fantastic. Next one, plan your day. I never do this. Take me to the deals. That's where my plan is.
Different retailers are going to open at different times. Some items may just be available online. So know where you're going to go, make your plan. You're going to start here at 6 a.m. You want to be to the next store by 8 a.m. Maybe a deal only goes till noon at the next store. So really make your plan. Also, know where you're going to park, too. Black Friday shopping is completely different than any other time of the year. So your favorite parking spot, or maybe you park by a certain store at the mall, that may not be available. So really scope out your plan and scope out your route. GPS is a great thing, too.
2 pro tips here. First off, drop a vehicle off if you can ahead of time. Just saying, pro tip number 1. Pro tip number 2, when you get to the store, check with the manager if they're outside and there's a long line and say, did the big ticket items, did you hand out cards for them? I'll tell you how disappointing that is if you are in line and you're like, those were already gone before you even got in line.
There may be only a quantity of 5 of those high ticket items. So that's a great tip. Don't wait in line. Go ahead and ask before you go ahead and spend hours in line for that store to open for the first 5 people to get the ticket.
And third pro tip, ask the person that's in the front of the line why. Why'd you do it? Kidding. Signing up for email alerts, definitely a plus too in this great shopping time.
Retailers are going to share their Black Friday ads early to their exclusive subscribers. They're also going to give you exclusive deals and discounts if you're an email subscriber. If you don't want their emails after the holiday season, you can go ahead and unsubscribe, but it's a great way to get additional deals in addition to what's already advertised out there.
And doing your research, you kind of talked about this before, but if you see that item, so I'm going to use air fryer as an example. There are like 200 different brands of air fryers, but how do you really know, it's one's like $20 and most of them are $120. There's probably something going on there.
If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Do your homework. It could be a different brand. It may have different parts in it. A completely different product. What does the $20 item do compared to the $150 item? But something like an air fryer that's being offered for $20, that should be a bright red flag that's either a scam website or it's a counterfeit product, or possibly they're just out to steal your personal information.
Absolutely. All right, let's get to the returns because that's everybody's favorite time. Not really, but important not only on the shopping end of things, but when you do make that return, what suggestions do you have?
Go ahead and make sure that you have your gift receipt. If you don't have your gift receipt, your regular receipt, some of the retailers are going to require an ID for purchasing. There's going to be a return window for those gift returns. So, and when in doubt, you may have to go back to the gift giver and ask for that information if you don't have that gift receipt or the original receipt. But hopefully being prepared will make a hassle-free return in the end.
Absolutely, and definitely check those dates, especially if you bought really early this year because you were worried about, you weren't sure if you were going to get those products, so or whatever you're getting out there, either way. Well, I think I've got everything I need to go. I'm going to take off here and get in line, but for those of you who need more information on this, where can they find that?
Head on over to our holiday page on bbb.org.
Fantastic. Well, Tiffany, maybe if I just took you shopping with me, you could tell me all the tips and tricks, right? And would that be an advantage, disadvantage?
I don't know. I like to go in the back door.
You're right. She knows what she's probably got everything already bought. I know this person. All right, Tiffany, thank you so much for all the great tips this month. We really appreciate it, and we'll talk to you in December and January and February, and you know where this is going.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Tiffany Schultz, Better Business Bureau. Check out the website and definitely do your research before you head out and have fun too. It's supposed to be fun as well. Take a quick break. More to come. You're watching Talking Fitchburg.